on the verge of making the playoffs, on the verge of dropping out. What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Athletic 9916 with a huge episode of the NHL 16 Pittsburgh Penguins be a GM. Here's where we are, tied for 4th in the division with the Rangers, and in the Eastern Conference, we are 7th, tied with the Rangers and Buffalo. Buffalo has played one more game than us, though, so if we win this game, we are in the playoffs by 3 points with 5 games to play, and Buffalo's sliding right now. So it is starting to look good at this point, guys. We're going to play against the Nashville Predators. This is our last game against a Western Conference team. 6 minutes left in the second, and the Penguins are going to get themselves a goal. It's going to be Bo Bennett putting us on the board early on to make it 1-0 against, as I said, this final opponent from the Western Conference. The rest of our games are all Eastern teams. Good goal for the Penguins there, though. We need to win this game, because if we do, it is now starting to look, if we win this game, I say that the chance that we make the playoffs is pretty high. 4-point lead against a struggling team from Buffalo with 5 games to play. Even if we win only 2 of those games, there's probably still 50% chance we make the playoffs. Of course, we do have tough opponents, though, so winning this game would be huge. Here comes Patrick Hornquist. He's going to score just a few minutes later, and the Penguins now lead it 2-0. So the team is showing up today, getting 2 goals within a few minutes here in the second period, and Fleury is playing really good all of a sudden, because if you remember back in the last episode, I had to pull Fleury a bunch of times. He had been playing terrible, and in this game, Fleury, I didn't put a bunch of the highlights in because it's regular season games. I tried to get to it quick, but maybe I should have. Fleury was playing amazing, making some incredible saves, and who knows, maybe Fleury's going to come through in the clutch in the final few games. The late penalty on us, it's not going to matter because the Predators score a goal. So he's not going to get a shutout in this game. He's only had like 2 this whole season anyway, but that would have been a nice thing to have. But regardless, Max Reinhart with the goal there, and it's going to be 2-1. So by no means is this game over against the Predators. There's a replay of their goal right there. Flash forward to the third, 15 minutes left. Evgeny Malkin with it. He gets it up to David Perron. He's going to skate around, do a little spin move, pass it back to Ian Cole. He's going to pass it in. It's going to be a one-timer score. Penguins take a 3-1 lead. That was deflected in by Brandon Sutter, and the Penguins have a 2-goal lead with 14 minutes left in the game. A huge goal right there for the Penguins. That is going to be Sutter that deflected it in. I know Hornquist was standing there too, but let's take another look. One-timer shot right there. Sutter with the deflection, and the Penguins now lead 3-1. So a huge goal right there, because it's very stressful having a 1-goal lead in the final few minutes of the third, because they empty their net, they do all kinds of crazy stuff, and it just makes it really, really stressful knowing that 1 goal could have tied it. But having a 2-goal lead is mentally a lot better. We're going to end up on the power play here. 5 seconds left. The Penguins with a huge opportunity with 2 seconds left. That pass, though, does not connect. It's not going to matter. We win the game 3-1. So a huge win right there. And we have a 4-point lead with even games played against the Rangers, or I'm sorry, against Buffalo Sabres, and 5 games to play now. So the chances of us making the playoffs, if we can win even 2 or 3 of our next games, are starting to look pretty good. Things have really changed, haven't they? Let's take another look. Buffalo actually has 1 more game played now, and they only got 1 point in that game. So 1 more game played and 2 less points. And we are still tied with the Rangers. So they both have to pass us for us to not make the playoffs. That is very good news, guys. We are playing here in New York against the Islanders now. They are one of the struggling teams in the division, so we should get a win. But if you remember, our last game against the Islanders, we lost in a shootout on the road. So here in the third, it's a very low-scoring game. No one able to score here. The Penguins with the puck, they're going to get it to Bo Bennett, trying to actually get a goal in this game. He's going to shoot and miss the net. Cale Molerat's going to grab it with the puck. He's going to take a shot. He scores! Cale Molerat with a huge goal right there, and the Penguins take a 1-0 lead here in the third period. That is a huge goal right there from Molerat, assisted by Bennett and Lovejoy. Take another look right there. I think I actually meant to pass it, and it just went under the pads of the goaltender, Halak. So, good job right there by Molerat regardless. That's a huge goal. It gives us a 1-0 lead here in the third. We're going to flash forward, 8:33 left. Sidney Crosby going to be on the faceoff in the offensive zone. Crosby's going to win the faceoff. It's given to Letang. He tries to shoot it. It's going to be poked away. Now Letang's going to take a shot. Save made. Rebound by Crosby over to Kessel. He scores. Crosby had an open net, and I think I hit pass by accident. But it doesn't matter because we get the goal anyway. Phil Kessel gives the Penguins a 2-0 lead now with 8 minutes left in the third period. So once again, we are in good shape to try to win this game with a 2-goal lead here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get in towards the end of the period. Fleury throwing a shutout, guys. He has been perfect in this game. He's made a bunch of amazing saves, and he finally started to turn it up. And it looks like for the first time since like January, Marc-Andre Fleury is going to get himself a shutout. He stepped up when we needed him to step up because the offense wasn't huge. So how about that? He's an inconsistent goalie, but when he needs to get the win, he shows up, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why he won that Stanley Cup, of course, back in 2009 with the Penguins. We win it 2-0. And now at this point, guys, 4 games left to play. Take a look. Buffalo's up to 8th. New York is now down to 9th. We are now 4 points ahead of the Rangers with 4 games left to play. So if we win 2 of our final 4, we clinch a playoff spot. It doesn't matter if Buffalo passes us because, well, I mean, it's just playing now Washington's first versus Montreal. We'll be playing one of those 2 teams, obviously, in the first round of the playoffs. So it really doesn't matter. I feel equally uncomfortable playing Washington or Montreal, but 4 games left, guys. We're playing against the Philadelphia Flyers. If we win this game, we essentially make the playoffs. That will pretty much do it. But as I said, it's been an intense last couple weeks just watching the standings so closely. Every game mattering a ton. And it is nice to have a little bit of stress let go, but we still got to win this game. It still does matter. We cannot choke and lose our last 4. Philadelphia is going to score first. That's with 1:10 left in the second, so it's another really low-scoring game. Our offense hasn't been great recently, but the defense has been much better. The goaltending has been much better. Stuff that we haven't seen all year, so it is good to see the team actually step up when it matters the most. Philadelphia, though, does have the lead. They're going to be on the power play now, and this is at the beginning of the power play. Right at the end of the second, they're going to have a goal. They pass it to the slot. So that was with 8 seconds left. I wanted to go to the locker room only losing by 1, but now Philadelphia with a 2-goal lead. We're going to have to make a comeback in this game, guys. We're on the power play. Chris Letang with a shot. Save made. Kessel's going to grab the puck down the right side. He passes it to Mata. Mata with a shot. It's deflected in. Sidney Crosby with a goal. Another goal for Crosby. He has been on fire recently. Penguins now just down by 1 with 10 minutes left in this game. Still hope for us to tie this one up and at least send it to overtime, which that point would definitely help because that would, really help us if we want to make these playoffs. That's just going to be a nice deflection by Crosby. However, we do flash forward to the end. Empty net. Daniel Sedin going to have one final shot. It's going to be blocked, and that is it. We lose 2-1 to Philadelphia. So the hope is that the Rangers, who somehow are now down to 9th, they were 5th in the conference, and they're somehow down to 9th. They are choking. The hope is that they lost another game. Sure enough, they did. 4 points. We are ahead with 3 games left to play. We're basically in the playoffs, but not yet. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to see if we choke. I'm telling you, we're probably not going to choke. We're probably going to make the playoffs, but for now, we'll see you next time. I'm Mr. Affleck 9916. Peace.